Okay, so we got no Jimmy this week. However, we do have a joke. Prepare yourself. Charlie,
Oh,
why did episodes 4, 5, and 6 become before? Oh, damn it, I messed it up. This is why we need Jimmy. This is why we need Jimmy. Leave this in there. I'll let this. And we go again. This is not getting edited out. All right, here we go. Why did episodes 4, 5, and 6 come before 1, 2, and 3?
I don't know.
Because in charge of directing, Yoda was. Yeah, no, let's get Jimmy
I
back.
h- I hate that. That's actually quite good. Oh no.
One of us can stick. Roger, roger. Jedi.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
Always a pleasure to meet you.
And my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
You failed your Highness. I'm a Jedi.
Hello, explorers. I'm Charlie. That's Jack, and welcome to episode 124. And as always, thank you so very, very much for joining us. Now, if you like what you hear, please leave us a rating on your podcast provider of choice. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're joining us via YouTube. But before Jack moves on, our YouTube has been going crazy. We are gaining subscribers left, right, and center. Our views are through the roof. I just want to take a minute to say a massive, massive, massive thank you to every single person that has been interacting, watching on repeat, going back through our archive and watching older videos as well. Like, thank you so much for everything you're doing to help support us and our channel. Like, it means the absolute world. Thank you.
Yes, it does. And as well, we're almost at 10,000 on Instagram. Let's hope we can get there before Christmas. That's the goal. And yes, welcome back or welcome along if you're new. And finally, Charlie said, I'm Jack. Charlie, we'll start with you. How's your week been?
My week has been good. As you guys might be able to see, if you're watching on YouTube, got a different background. I'm back at my parents'. I'm sorry that I don't have Ruby the dog as my mascot with me. She wouldn't sit still. Fine. It's been a good week. Getting there, moving forward. Jack, how has your week been? How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, really good. We had a fantastic quiz, which I'm going to talk about later on. Friday just gone. And I know all my UK listeners are asking me to do it at an earlier time. So I'm going to look
Mhm.
at future date, get some UK quizzes on. And yeah, like I said,
Yes.
I'll accommodate you guys and girls and we'll get you on. But yeah, overall, week's not been too bad. Speaking of quizzes, I asked you last week who voiced Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Pieces of the Past. It was indeed Mark Hamill. This week's question is a doozy then. So how many shorts are we getting with Star Wars Visions Season 3, which is due to come out 29th of October? How many shorts are we getting? Charlie, what fun fact have you got?
Ooh, so this fun fact, you're going to have to excuse my horrible impression. Did you guys know that the voice actress for Asajj Ventress, Nika Futterman, did the vocals of Give It To Me, Baby from the 1998 hit song Pretty Fly for a White Guy? I had no clue. This popped up as a completely random fact on my Instagram reels. And guys, I just had to put it in because that's so crazy to me. I love
We,
that song. I had no idea.
we should have opened up the podcast episode with that, not the joke. That was fantastic. Right, okay,
Oh.
let's head over to this week's Force Encounters.
For my ally is the Force.
Okay, so this week on our Force Encounters, the quiz was amazing. Again, thank you to everyone that came on and watched. I think at one point we had like 20 viewers. It was incredible. Big kudos to Mike, who stole the win from a guy who loves Star Wars. And big thank you to Jason, this dad reads. Again, massive thank you to both. And it was so heartwarming because there was a guy on there, Kyler, was literally nailing all the questions. Stumbled across some of the book stuff, didn't know any of the answers because he'd never really read any of the books, and now is a follower of Jason, this dad reads, so he's now getting the best guidance you could probably get on Star Wars books. So it's just lovely to see the community getting together, helping each other out, and this is what we do this for.
Oh, that is so unbelievably joyous to hear. I feel like because obviously I'm in the UK and Jack's over there in Canada. I don't get to watch the quizzes because I'm honk shoe. I'm fast asleep. It's my Betty Buy's time. So I'm so happy that even when I'm fast asleep, our community continues growing. That is absolutely amazing to hear. My Force Encounters this week is a little more chill.
Oh,
I was very, very lucky to get a new Jar Jar Binks t-shirt from my wonderful, lovely boyfriend. And if you guys know me at all by now, you know that Jar Jar is my ride or die, my all-time favorite other than Ray. And I cannot wait to wear it to my next con. It is a gorgeous, like vintage, like tie-dye t-shirt, and it's got Jar Jar Binks on the front of it, and it says Jar Jar, and together we can go far, far. And I think that's just so cute and so me. I will throw some pictures of it up on our social media for you guys to have a look at. And I don't know if anyone else scours eBay for Jar Jar merch like I do, but managed to snag this for a really reasonable price because there are some shocking prices for those tie-dye t-shirts. So 10 out of 10 present for 10 out of 10 boyfriend points for Nick. 10 out of 10.
nice.
But I think it might be time to head over to Batu and see what's going on with the news.
The people in this crowd will soon be among almost 40,000.
For those who are among the 900 with news media or promotional tickets, the sneak preview probably will be the only chance to see the Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, so this week, The Mandalorian and Grogu first teaser trailer was revealed and a poster as well. We did a full YouTube breakdown on that. Super excited. Also, we had Visions Season 3 trailer come out, so we've been spoiled again with Star Wars goodness. Again, we've got to cheek a little reel over on the socials, so please check that out. However, what I want to talk about, though, is that poster. How amazing is that poster? Is that inspired from like the 80s, like an Indiana Jones sort of theme, etc.? What do you reckon, Charlie?
So I know we dug into this a little bit more, but that Mando poster specifically is really giving me kind of 80s B movie, especially kind of that retro sci-fi vibe. It's absolutely gorgeous, really different for Star Wars, a really interesting way to take it. And I think given that this is a film, not a TV series, it needs that kind of spin on it. It needs to be different from the Star Wars that we're used to seeing. Like I think Mike a while ago did a reel for us, Love You Mailman. And it's all of the Star Wars posters. And when I was helping him find the images, I remember going through and sort of you see really easily with the 9 films, they've picked like a really clear aesthetic that whilst the background images are different, the layout of everything is so similar because obviously it's 9 films that are all part of one story. This is super different. And I think the poster really reflects that. So really cool. We've got a reel of it and some more close-ups on our social medias. So go and head over to Explore the Force for like a full breakdown of that because amazing, absolutely amazing. So our next bit of news is linked to Star Wars Visions and a huge thank you to Gaming Bible for this story. As revealed in a post on the official Star Wars blog, a new trailer for season 3 of Star Wars Visions is finally here. And it has got some huge names behind it. There's some really impressive talent popping up from the production side of things, including Witch Studio, which many fans will know for their work on both Attack on Titan and Spy X Family. Yes. Urban Animations, the studio behind Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, British Icon Films, if you didn't know. There are also some really famous names behind the voice cast this time, including Steve Buscemi, oh my goodness, Simu Lee, George Takei, Freddie Highmore, and Stephanie Zhu. However, there is one name standing out amongst the voice cast for fans, and that is none other than Jodie Turner-Smith. Acolyte fans may remember Turner-Smith as the wonderful and captivating Mother Anastasia, who raised both Osha and May, the latter of which would end up becoming the Stranger. So, does this mean that Jodie Turner-Smith is reprising her role as Mother Anastasia in Star Wars Visions? Maybe, maybe not. It is impossible to say for sure at the moment, and we will definitely have to wait until season 3 is out to confirm it either way. But one interesting pull. I mean, obviously we know Visions, like Star Wars Lego, exists kind of outside of the Star Wars canon. It's adjacent, but doesn't technically kind of stick to the true Star Wars canon. So, Jack, what do you think about this?
Cannot wait. Some incredible names, incredible studios. Season 3 is going back to its roots with an old Japanese studio lineup. I was hyped for this in Japan. Massively hyped for this. I'm even more hyped for this. We may or may not have some interesting news about it. Who knows? Wait and see. Some of Vision's badge on as well. But yeah,
Ooh.
can't wait. Speaking of the Acolyte stuff as well, earlier this week, the full cost for the series was finally revealed at a whopping $230.8 million. I'm sure we heard this before. I'm sure we was chatting about this in the group thing. Where have I heard it before? Like,
So you popped this in the group chat earlier on this week, and we had a little chat about it, which was mostly just, oh my goodness, what a huge amount of money. Isn't that crazy? I can absolutely see where that budget went, but I do believe this budget for the series was higher than for Mando. It was higher than it was for the Rise of Skywalker, I believe. Like they packed some real cash into this.
yeah, and it cost more than a movie to make as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the big thing at the time. But I'm trying to think. I'm sure we had this figure. I'm sure this figure came out way before this, and for some reason, again, it's reared its head. So we're trying to track down why and how.
We'll figure that out. I think, if I remember correctly, I think there were budgets released, but never the actual official figure for the total cost of the whole series. I think that's where maybe
Might
some
be
of these
that then.
numbers are coming from and what we're trying to remember.
Okay.
But I'll update everyone next week in case we're mistaken. My apologies. Moving swiftly on, Bryce Dallas Howard, Queen icon legend that she is, has confirmed that she will be directing 2 episodes of the 2nd season of Ahsoka. Collective yes, everybody. Yesterday at a panel during the Los Angeles Comic Con, she said the following: "It's so good. It is so good. It is beautiful. It is thrilling. It is adventurous. It's romantic. It is all of the things you want from an epic story." And I adore Dave Filoni. I would do anything and with Dave Filoni. He's an extraordinary leader and visionary, and he's super funny. And the guy just knows what he's talking about. So I just got to finish that up, and I've been working on the cut. And it's one of the greatest privileges and joys of my life, getting to play in that sandbox. That is what I want to hear from our Star Wars directors. I'm going to be honest.
I want to play.
I want to know that they are having fun, that they want to play in the sandbox, that they want to have the fun that we're having as fans watching it. Like that makes me so delighted. I'm obviously, you guys have watched this show. I'm a huge Bryce Dallas Howard fan. We all are. She's
Get her a
visionary.
film.
She's incredible. Give her a film. Exactly. Give her a film right now.
Speaking of films and the like as well, Mark Hamill will be receiving the Gregory Peck Award for Cinematic Excellence at this year's San Diego Film Festival, as revealed by Variety. Hamill will receive the honor as part of their Night of the Stars. What is this award? I hear you say. Well, the Gregory Peck Award for Cinematic Excellence is a prestigious career achievement award given by the San Diego International Film Festival to actors, directors, or producers who have demonstrated excellence in film. And obviously, Mark Hamill has demonstrated excellence in film for years and years and years, even beyond Star Wars.
Right,
So
he
congratulations to Mark Hamill. And speaking of congratulations, a humongous congratulations to our friends in the cosplay community, Rebel Legion, Elstree Base, Rebel Legion, UK Garrison, and numerous other groups and cosplayers, around 874 to be precise, headed to the old Royal Navy College in Greenwich, London, to help them win an official Guinness World Record Award for the most screen characters to gather in one place. So a massive shout out to a close friend of mine as well, Mark Mulcaster, from over at Fan for Tracks, and also the CEO of Rebel Legion Elstree. Massive congratulations to all you lovely guys and girls. Missing you lots here in Canada.
Miss you too, Mark. I hope I'll see you at a Saber Guild thing soon. Fun story. The first time I met Mark, I had no idea who he was, how important he was, and the position that he holds within like the cosplaying community, especially for like Rebel Legion and the UK Garrison. So now there's egg on my face, you know? Guys, I don't know if anybody's seen this. I'm really, really excited. I feel like the more that keeps coming out, the more excited I get. Spaceballs 2 have released an image of them reading the script for the upcoming movie, which mimics the table read photo for The Force Awakens over a decade ago. Are we hyped for this? I definitely am. I can't wait. I feel like we need to do a whole show about Spaceballs, whether that
I've not
needs
even
to be
seen
an
the
After
first
Dark
one.
episode. For little, are you what?
So we definitely need
Get
to
out.
cover this.
Leave. We're ending the episode now. That's it. Done.
We need to cover this. We need to cover this.
You have not seen the most no.
Yeah, nah. I need to get my head in the game. I think. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. You heard it here first. We'll do a recap.
Okay. We'll do a recap. Fine.
Okay, so for all our UK fans, Liverpool Comic Con announced this week that the one, the only John Boyega will be joining fans for the weekend. So open those wallets and get those photo ops booked and take out those mortgages.
Yeah, take out those mortgages. I'm very excited that I may possibly have some friends on the ground who are going to try and track down an autograph for me. We'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Maybe, possibly. That would be super, super cool. Oh my goodness. Speaking of other UK Star Wars people, Ewan McGregor had an awful lot to say this week, doesn't he always, at any given moment when you give that man a microphone, about Star Wars. During his appearance at Fan Expo, he said, they brought out Disney Plus and they wanted a big splash, and I thought, that's where we were going to be. And then just before we made it, The Mandalorian came out.
Got him.
Thought, wait a minute. He said, I thought, wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to be the big splash. He said, I want my time as Kenobi. I said, wait, what's this? What's going on here? But there would seem to be plenty of room for all of us. And he followed up by jokingly saying, this is the quote that I've seen going like around online and people taking slightly out of context. He is joking when he says this. He said, somebody give me a job. Come on, Disney. We need a season 2 for goodness sake. What are we waiting for?
But there is other people in the wings that want that season 2. Me being one of them.
Me being second, 10 out of 10, I would give absolutely anything for another Kenobi series. I again, we're talking of recaps. I would love to do because I wasn't with you guys when Kenobi came out,
Okay.
so I would love to do kind of like a recap of it and sort of. I'd love to do any excuse for a rewatch. I again, like with the Acolyte, I don't necessarily think that it deserved all of the criticism that it got, but it would be super interesting to go back and also maybe do some theorizing about how a season 2 would play out. Give that man his Jedi robes and his lightsaber back immediately, please and thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so that wraps up this week's news. Let's head into the main show where we've got a special guest waiting to join us.
It's just a simple jump to hyperspace and we're there. What's so tricky about that?
Plenty. Can't plot a direct course to Kessel. You might want to buckle up, baby.
Hello, my darling and wonderful explorers. So today's show, not only do we have a very, very special guest joining us, we are talking all things Starfury. Last weekend, the Hilton Hotel in Birmingham was host to some of the brightest and best Star Wars actors for a weekend of fun, fandom and faves. And we were very, very lucky to have our own man on the ground in the form of Matt. Pookie, one of my best and long-standing cosplay friends and a huge supporter of the Running Back to Jackie brand, also known as Crimson Cosplay. Hi, Matt. It is so, so lovely to have you on the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing lovely being in your presence, Charlie.
Ah,
how are you both?
Yeah, we're not bad. We're not bad. Jimmy's obviously not here this week. He's not feeling too great, so he's got the week off. But I'm doing good. Charlie, how about you?
I'm doing good. I've been really, really, really excited. I've wanted to have you on for ages on the show, Matt. Thank you so much for being such a huge supporter from like the day that I joined, kind of consistently the entire way through. You're 10 out of 10 number one Explore the Force fan. So thank you so, so much for that.
I do try.
Now, effortless. Now, before we jump into the Starfury stuff, we have a little bit of tradition with our Explore the Force guests. We have to ask you some important questions. Number one is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Number one, running back to Jakku fan and dealing in absolutes fan, of course.
You know it. You know
Yeah.
it.
Always been a Star Wars nerd. I think I might have seen Attack of the Clones in the cinema. If not, it was definitely was Revenge of the Sith, my first ever cinema experience. Big fan of Jar Jar Binks, just like yourself. Kind of always just kind of been around that sci-fi nerd era in my life, and I've never really escaped it.
It's the thing. Once you're in, you can't get out of it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars movie?
Revenge of the Sith, obviously.
Why? Why is it Revenge of the Sith, Matt?
I think it's everything with the film. It's the cinematography, it's the choreography, it's Hayden Christensen. It's just everything about it is just like the perfect film to me. It's emotional. It's on the edge of your seat stuff. Everything about it, I just love to bits. Closely followed by Rogue One, though. I do love Rogue One.
Nice. Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
That changes. When I was growing up, it was always Jango Fett. I always loved his armor. I think it was the shininess and the purple. But then the Clone Wars came along, and then Rex has just so happened to be my favorite character since.
Nice.
But then I think since the Ahsoka series came out, I think I've slowly started leaning towards more Sabine. How she was played in Ahsoka was just really, really good, and she took top spot for me after that.
Okay, nice.
Well, some of our listeners and viewers may not know this, and some of them will. You are a very, very prolific cosplayer, and I know you've been cosplaying for quite a while. Could you tell us what your favorite Star Wars cosplay is and why?
I'll always say Kylo, just because when we get to team up as Kylo and Rey, it's like always been my highlight. That one shoot that we did with Port in Coventry, when I dropped you on the floor, will always be
where you dropped me on the floor. Such an iconic moment.
Honestly, I love my best boy. I love Kylo. I love being able to have such an incredible duo partner as yourself when I get to do him. So it will always be Kylo.
Ah, you flatter me. Matt does a fantastic Kylo. He does a brilliant Anakin. As you guys can probably see if you're watching on YouTube, the little image in the corner is Matt as his Clone Wars Anakin. He also does Revenge of the Sith Anakin with the scut, which is super, super amazing. I love to see it. Wonderful cosplayer. You guys should go and follow him on Instagram. I'll make sure I put all of those details in the captions and things for our social media when this gets posted. So before we lose track of talking about you, and you, because I could do that for ages, I want to talk about Starfury. I wanted to go this year. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of moving house, so that didn't quite happen for me. But I am so, so delighted that you got to go. Was this your first Starfury Con, and how would you rate it out of 10 paws?
10 paws. So I did it last year because that was their first ever year of doing Star Wars events.
Nice.
I only went for the one day last year because they did day tickets for people that, because it was a new fandom. Sean, the organizer, sorted out some day tickets for both days. So I went on the Saturday last year, but did the full 3 days this time around, and I honestly love it to bits. Really good experience. I probably would put it around about a 9, very close to a 10.
Okay, nice. So just for the listeners and viewers, if they're wondering what is Starfury, so essentially it's a Star Wars event held in the UK. Last two, like Matt said there, are in Birmingham. 3 days. Was it 2 days? This last one was 3 days as well.
I mean, technically it's 3 days, but they have an opening ceremony that starts at like 7 8 o'clock in the evening on the Friday to introduce all the guests. And then you have the Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect. Again, massive highlight of any Star Wars fan, I think, on the UK in their calendar. Now, they have announced, I do believe that it's coming back to the UK again next year, 26th to the 28th of June, 2026. Obviously, this is why we've got Matt on to help promote it, and also to get Matt's views and opinions of it. Like you said there, Matt, not your first Starfury event. Obviously, you've done Comic Cons as well up and down the country. What's the biggest difference between this and a Comic Con?
I mean, the biggest standout is really there's not really any vendors. I mean, there was two at this one. Starfury's mainly just going there to meet guests.
Yeah.
So you've got your main hall, which is all the Q&As, the signing room, which sometimes doubles as also the photo op room. And then during the day, it is pretty much get your photos in the morning, go watch panels, get your autographs in the afternoon. When it comes to autographs, with how the tickets are structured, you'll have half of your autographs you'll get on the Saturday.
Okay.
And then the other half you'll get on the Sunday, which helps break it up and you get to watch different panels then.
So just for our listeners, are the autographs included with the ticket price? Is that kind of, I think that's what I think makes it quite different. Whereas cons, obviously you get your ticket for the con and then you buy kind of autographs and things as extras.
So I do have my list that you get from Starfury, which gives you all of the names of the guests on there.
Nice.
Any guest that's a regular. So that for this con was Elizabeth Grulon, who was Trilla in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Robert Ems, who was Lonnie in Andor. Paul Darnell, who was Marok in Ahsoka. Katie O'Brien, who was Eli Kane in Mando. And Elizabeth Dulau, who was Clea. They were all regular guests. So you got their autographs included in your ticket price.
Nice.
See, when they say your autographs included, you have your own personal item, or you can get one of the free posters that they give you when you go to register. So for this con, we had a Rogue One poster, an Andor poster, an Ahsoka poster, and what was the other one? I've lost it. Mandalorian one. So you can get any of those signed or any of your personal items, like a Funko Pop or a Black Series, for example.
Nice.
Then you have your bonus guests, which were Wes Chatham, who was Captain Enoch in Ahsoka, and Denise Goff. They're included in the prices for gold ticket holders. So that's the next tier of ticket, which is the higher ticket. They get their autographs included, and as well as that, they also get a meet and greet with all of the available guests on the Friday evening, where they'll sit around a table in groups of like 8 or 10, I think it was, and then each guest will come to their table for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Wow.
Night before.
Incredible.
And the bigger names like Diego Luna, Ivana Sakno, Natasha Lou Borghizo, and Kyle Solar were all extra guests, so everyone had to pay for autographs and photos with them.
Interesting. What sort of prices were the tickets at, Matt? Just out of interest.
A lot cheaper than you'll get at any other con.
Yeah.
I mean, Ivana, who was obviously Shin Hati in Ahsoka, I paid £40 for her autograph.
Wow.
Which any other con, you'd probably be looking at double that.
Even triple, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Diego Luna, when I met him, his autograph was 120, 125, which for someone of his stature, like, it's really cheap.
That's £400 in Japan this year. Yeah,
exactly. It's to get him that cheap, you're never going to see that again, really. And it was the same last year. The headliner being Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and she was 90. You're not going to get people as cheap as that there. It's I think people get put off by the ticket price, but when you look into what you actually get at the con, it's so worth the money.
Yeah.
So, which guest did you end up meeting, and who was your favorite?
So I met all of them, bar Natasha, because I met her last year. But being a massive Claire fan, I would say my favorite was Elizabeth Dulau.
Nice.
She's such a lovely, humble person. And having met her last year as well, seeing the growth she had in Andor was really, really nice to see. So, yeah, she's going to be my favorite, of course.
Nice. How long did you get to spend with the guests?
At the autograph table, it's a lot more kind of chilled out. So there was some guests like Elizabeth Grulon and Wes Chatham that I spoke to for a good couple of minutes.
Nice.
Other guests like Diego and Elizabeth Dulau were a bit rushed because they had flights to catch on the Sunday.
Yeah.
But even then, it's quite common to just find all the guests walking around in the corridors. Like I had Ivana Sakno just walking alongside me during the day in the corridors, and it was like, oh, hi. So you could get quite an unlimited amount of time with them if you're placed in the right place.
Nice.
I can't imagine how surreal that must have been, especially like meeting Elizabeth like Dulau, Claire, like it, to see who she was in Andor season 1, to meet her, and then to watch season 2, and then to meet her again. I guess surreal is really the only word to describe it. That's absolutely amazing.
Definitely.
Did you have a favorite interaction with one of the guests?
It's got to go to Denise. Obviously Dedra. She signed my poster, but her pen ran out midway through signing. I won't say the exact words she said, but it was so funny, and I'll quickly show you while it's here. I've moved my camera over. So she's added a "It's me" on there. And she said, just in case anyone ever doubts that it was my authentic signature, I've written "It's me" so they know it's real.
That's class. That's really unique now to you. You've got that signature with that little saying. That's class.
Exactly. Last year I had I went up to Elizabeth Dulau to get her autograph, and she spelt her name wrong. So I feel like I have a bit of a good luck, unluck charm, I guess, when it comes to autographs and stuff. It was her first con. It was her first con, so I think it was nerves for her last year.
Fair enough. Awesome. It sounds like you had a great interaction there with Denise. Was there any other standout guests or any other interactions that you want to tell us about?
They were really pretty standout. I didn't have a bad experience with anyone when I met.
Good.
Even Diego. Diego was so warm and inviting. You know, he was shaking hands with everyone. He was asking our names, how we were. Elizabeth Grulon, when I met her, because I had to sign Lauren's Jedi Fallen Order game. She was asking about Lauren, and everyone was just so lovely and welcoming. I couldn't have faulted anyone for how they were.
It's nice that Starfury, I know, because if people weren't aware, Starfury also do this for Star Trek, for Lord of the Rings, for Marvel. They do it for kind of the kind of big groups of fandom. And I think it must be, it must be so special to have an experience with kind of like these celebrities and these actors in a way that feels so much more personable and so much more real and genuine. Like, obviously it's fun at a con, but like you and I did photos with with someone at Star Wars Celebration, and it's seconds. It is seconds of time. Stand there, smile, go. same with like autograph tables and things. I think I got more interaction from the celebs at Star Wars Celebration walking past the autograph tables than the people did who were in the queue to meet them. So I can see why they brought Starfury back again for this just kind of really unique way of interacting.
What I think helps as well is Sean, the organizer, does cons that he's into, so like Star Wars, Lucifer, any show that he's interested in, he'll do the cons for, which I think when it comes to guests, it really helps because he knows what people will want and understand.
Yeah.
In terms of the location, Matt, how was that? Was it enough space for everybody?
I had loads. Yeah, the Hilton, if you haven't been before, is quite a big hotel. The main hall had loads of space. Even during like Diego Luna's panels, there was still so much space there. The autograph rooms were equal in size. Loads of space. The corridors are a bit narrow, but it's a hotel.
Nice.
You can expect that, but yeah.
Was there many other fans? How many people would you say was there in attendance, roughly?
I think it's somewhere. There's 200 gold tickets, and I think it's 250 regular, so it's about 450, 500.
Oh, good, that is.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a gleaming event! Wow.
Yeah. I think as well when it comes to the intimacy of it, like there's no phones allowed, in autograph rooms, in photos. Like it needs to be away at all times, and you can't film during the panels. So it lets the guests come out their shell a bit because they've always got people holding their phone in their face, and well, I think it relaxes them more, so you get a more
enjoy the moment.
Yeah, you get the more unique experiences with them.
It must be nice to see that space being used in that way rather than for kind of the constant content generation.
Yeah,
which I can imagine as a celeb can be quite stressful and quite difficult when you're just trying to sort of interact with fans who are genuinely kind of interested in these things. And like you say, then there's other people with their phones in their faces. And so speaking of the panels, a little birdie told me that you'd made some notes for us.
Yeah.
Tell us all about the panels. I want to know everything.
So I only really got to do the Andor panels just because of how the schedule kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But so I've got a few. A person asked Denise, Kyle, and Robert Ems about any improv that was done during Andor. Kyle and Robert said they were kind of limited on what they could do when it came to improv, so didn't really do much. But Denise said that the smiles that she was doing while she was trying on the clothes before Cyril's mum came to visit, that was all improv. That was kind of her really showcasing how uncomfortable Dedra was in that moment with having to kind of be like a happy, normal person. Which really adds to the character, I think.
Yeah.
One point that I think Diego is absolutely nailed on here is he would love to see the backstory of his Rogue One castmates explored more, like what Jyn Erso got up to with Saw Gerrera during that time, what Chiru and Baze got up to, like pre Rogue One, explore their backstory because we don't really know much about them two.
No,
apart from
we said this.
The most difficult scene, somebody asked to Elizabeth Dulau and Diego. Elizabeth says the end of episode 10, saying goodbye to Luthen. She did absolutely zero prep for that scene. So the emotion and the reaction that you see on camera is her genuine raw reaction to walking in that room and seeing Luthen on that table, because she wanted to give the most this is what would happen reaction. Diego's was obviously saying goodbye to Marva in season 1. Another one of Diego's favorite memories of shooting was the flashback scenes that they did for when it was Cassian as a kid, because they filmed it over in the park opposite Pinewood. Because it was all COVID, then they couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So we just thought it was all quite funny, just filming it in the bushes, essentially. Denise said before they cut down Andor from a 5-season series to a 2-season, there was talks of a episode about a young Dedra and kind of her backstory a little bit, which she was really kind of gutted that couldn't be done in those 2 seasons, but she fully understood why it couldn't be fit in. I'd have loved to see it. No, I love Dedra. I think she's an amazing character.
I would love to see that as like one of the animated shorts for like the Tales of series. I feel like that would be such a perfect story for that. Oh my goodness.
It would absolutely. Completely agree. Tales of the ISB or something. Denise also said that she feels like Dedra blames everyone for her downfall and how she ends up in Narkina, as opposed to feeling any sort of regret or remorse to the people that she wronged, like the Gormans, to Cyril. She fully blames everybody else for the reason why she's in there. And the only question that I got to ask during the panel was to Robert Ems. I asked him what his favorite role was besides Star Wars, and he actually gave quite a nice story about how he originally was auditioning for the theatre show of Warhorse, and he was beaten out by Kit Harington, who took the role, but he was given a smaller role on the side of it. So when it came to the actual performing of the show, Steven Spielberg came and watched the show and loved how well Robert acted, and he gave him a role in the film from that one time seeing it, and that's the proudest he's ever been in his acting experience.
Wow.
It's like a really cool story. And my final notes, I didn't write all of them down because there was quite a lot. Diego mentioned that the ending to Andor was the perfect visual representation of the line "Rebellions are built on hope." We're seeing Bix and their child together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wowza.
Really.
Go on, Charlie. Sorry.
No, like genuinely, I completely hear what you're saying when you said earlier about how everyone seems so much more relaxed and so much more able to just kind of be honest and express themselves in a way that maybe you wouldn't get at, like, I don't know, like a standard like LA Comic Con panel, or even something at like London Comic Con, or even Star Wars Celebration. I feel like they're obviously with Celebration, because it's Lucasfilm, it's so limited what they can and can't say, but getting to speak to these people and ask these questions, kind of especially post Andor specifically, like, what a wonderful experience. Oh my goodness. So
Every
happy
question,
for you, my guy.
Every question, we were getting like a full story behind everything, and that's not something that you get at a normal con.
No.
And that, as I said, that I think that's down to not being able to have the phones and having that intimacy with each question.
Massively. Something we picked up on at Celebration as well was the energy that the Andor crew brought. Was that still evident, even though, like you've said there, and we know Andor's finished by this point, have they still got that energy, that love, that passion for Andor?
Oh, absolutely. While I was queuing up waiting for my photo op with Denise and Kyle, Elizabeth Dilau had just finished her solo and was waiting for Diego to come in to do their duo. And I could see her perfectly just sat the other side of the room. And as soon as Diego came in, you could see she jumped out of her chair and she's like arms wide open. And they had they had the biggest embrace, and it was so lovely to see. They were probably hugging for probably about over a minute, and you can see how genuinely happy they were to see each other. Kyle and Denise were joking with each other in the autograph hall. I was, I think, 2 behind in Denise's queue, and she suddenly went, "Excuse me 1 second, Kyle!" And then just started shouting, went straight back to signing like nothing had ever happened.
Brilliant.
I feel like those two made incredibly fast friends on the set, and it's so lovely to see that friendship has continued. I think some of my favorite photos over like the weekend that I saw from people were the ones with Kyle and Denise. Did you get photos with the two of them, or like two of them together or individually?
I did. I got Kyle and Denise as a duo, and then Elizabeth Dulas solo. Nice. They are on my wall over there, attached with command strips, so I don't want to paint off.
Okay, no, of course. But can you show us any of the other goodies that you brought home with you? Because I've been desperate to see.
What's the merch?
Where's it gone?
Even just getting those posters is incredible. That's your incentive, isn't it, to get them signed as well?
So included a little extra bit is you get like the little booklet.
Nice.
It gives you kind of like a rundown on all of the guests inside.
It's like a program for the theatre. Wow.
Yeah. And a nice little touch they had on the back is they have this event is dedicated to the memory of Ray Stevenson of Shauna. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name. Tripsich, I think. I'm not sure.
Tripsich, yeah.
Yeah. Their work brought us so much joy, and we will keep their memory in our hearts.
Beautiful.
So going back to the posters, this was the Rogue One poster that we got.
Look at that.
For it. The Andor one.
Nice. Same as Celebration.
Oh, that is one of my favourites, I think, for Andor. So gorgeous. So nice to see the whole cast.
I absolutely love it. So even though I was a regular, my friend who was at the event had the gold ticket, and gold tickets got the event poster included.
Nice.
Trying to not get the glare on it, but it has all the guests on there.
Yeah, see.
Wow.
So the gold tickets got that, and my friend gave that to me because she's not really a poster person. This was the Ahsoka one, which I got Ivana,
oh wow,
Paul, and Wes to sign. So that's going to be my new project, I think. Then the Mando one, which
classic Mandalorian.
Katie O'Brien signed down there. So I think when the movie comes out next year, I think I'll add a few more onto that when they do conventions.
Nice.
No.
This one was my own personal item that I brought to the con. It's a Fallen Order poster I picked up off Etsy.
Like that.
Signed down there by Triller. And then kind of the grand finale, obviously, is the big Andor poster that I got with
classic one from season 2.
Diego at the top.
Oh.
At the top.
Got Kyle in the middle, Denise there. Elizabeth Sharpie was a bit faded, and then Robert M's down at the bottom.
Nice.
Another way for me to burn through my money now is to collect all the autographs.
Beautiful. Love it. If obviously the listeners are listening, make sure you head over to the YouTubes and just check out some of the posters there that Matt's showing us. Super awesome posters. Matt looks absolutely incredible. Bit of a daft question. Are you going to go again?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be there next year, regardless of who they get.
You're going to take Charlie with you this time?
Absolutely. Any con with Charlie, it's an even better con experience altogether.
Yeah, you flatter me.
I do try.
So you would absolutely recommend Starfury events to anyone, to be fair. I was going to say people in the UK, but if people are willing to travel, it sounds like it's absolutely worth like the time. And did you meet anybody who wasn't from the UK?
Loads of people. There was quite a
Wow.
few people that had came that were from America. There was one person that I remember from the Czech Republic was there. People come from all over. Just like, again, for people like Diego, who doesn't really do signings that much, and when he does, he's nowhere near the price that you'd pay at Starfury.
That's good there, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually can't get over those prices. I think when I was considering going, I was kind of umming and ahhing about the kind of overall price for like the weekend ticket, but now hearing what you've been able to get out of it, and obviously something really, really special and unique. Like I thought, like Star Wars Celebration has always been kind of one of my bucket list things as like a Star Wars fan. I kind of think Starfury might be my new bucket list item. I really do. I feel like this is a whole other level of convention kind of energy and vibe. I mean, I'm sorry, imagine
as well. I'm pretty sure I saw Sean even mention it on the Facebook group or whatever, but he likes to try and bring in exclusive signers that haven't signed in the UK before. It's like that is people like Diego, Mary last year. So who knows? You know, for people like Charlotte, my good friend, Pedro Pascal next year.
Who knows?
Can you imagine? Our friend Charlotte, by the way, for people that mine and Matt's friend Charlotte is a possibly the biggest Pedro Pascal fan that I think I have ever met in my entire life. This girl lives and breathes the Mandalorian. So I do actually think she would simply expire if Pedro Pascal was announced for it. She would buy all 50 of the gold tickets. That would be all 250 of them done.
100%. She'd be there camping out as well.
Yeah. Genuinely, Matt, thank you so much for taking the time to like come and chat with us and tell us all about it. Hopefully next year it will be a case of you and me get to do this together and we get to talk about our experiences going. That would be so super fun, because I'm going to be honest, I'm green with jealousy just listening to you, let alone getting to go there and experience it. So thank you immensely.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, Matt. Thank you again from myself. Obviously, Jimmy sends his regards as well. And again, thank you for listening and supporting us at Explore the Force, buddy. Super appreciate you.
Anything for you guys.
Awesome. Cheers, Matt.
No problem.
If you have any questions or just want your voice heard, then DM us on our socials or send us an email or a voice note at exploretheforce@gmail.com. And remember to like this episode, share it with your Star Wars friends and family. To follow us on all our social media platforms, all you have to do is search Explore the Force, all one word. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Also, if you want to show your support and spread the word around by image as well as voice, then head on over to Redbubble and search Explore the Force, where you can purchase unique merchandise. And a massive thank you, like I said at the beginning of the show, to every single person interacting with us via our social media. Thank you. Like Jack said, we are 500 away from 10K. If we can get there before Christmas, actually before my birthday in November, so happy birthday to me. You guys, every single one of you, keep this podcast absolutely amazing.
And finally, from all of us here at Explore the Force, we have spoken. We'll catch you in the week and next week.
At the end, you'll understand. Close your eyes. Feel it.
Wise as Master Yoda, as powerful as Master Windu.
They'll do their job well. I'll guarantee that.
I am going to end this once and for all.
Sure. We're home. You're an chosen one!